What's up, everybody? What's going on? How's your holidays been? I hope they've been well. It's been a while since I've been live. I know I planned on going live a bunch this vacation, but life kind of got busy and I was kind of just enjoying some time off. But I am back today and back to chasing those YouTube pennies, and hopefully we can get them soon. So let's get together and see what's up. All right, so yeah, today I plan on going over a lot of what I picked up today at a HiBid auction. I took the plunge. I tried what everybody's been talking about, and I went and bid on some auctions and got quite a bit of money tied up in this. Spent about 150 on 10 lots, but I believe there's 3 or 4 items that should pay the entire thing, which is pretty cool. Say hi to some people. Lucky 7, what's going on, man? How you doing? Marcus, how are you? How close am I? Still pretty far. I need about 800 and change. If I went live most of this week, I would have been a lot closer, but needed to enjoy this time off. I'll definitely be there by the end of January, though. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, about 800. Jay Wonders, how are you? How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you could stop in. So how's everybody's holidays been? Anybody got any big plans for New Year's Eve? For myself, we are just going to be sitting here around the house and hanging out and just, spending some time with the wife. Get to listing, Paul, starting with that ugly shirt you're wearing. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I will be listing later today. Right now, I'm going to be doing some comps on some of this stuff as I go through that. And then I'll be taking some pictures later today, maybe even do some drafts while I look up some stuff on eBay. Can get that in a month or so. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I got to 1,000 subs on November 22nd, and I was at about 1,700 hours to go. Today is about 40 days since then, and I'm at about 800. So in about 40 days, I've gained about 900 hours, which is pretty amazing to me, pretty surprising to me. But I think it definitely shows that within a month, I could definitely get there. So I'm pretty happy about that. What's going on, Sonny? Stopping in to say Happy New Year's before we fly. You are still at the airport waiting? My God, I feel like you've been there the entire day. Man, I hope you enjoy that vacation, Sonny. You definitely need it, bud. Enjoy the potatoes. Did you achieve monetization? No, not yet, Dan. I still need about 800 hours, but we are constantly moving every day. I'm getting anywhere from 15 to 60 hours, depending on how many people run a playlist. If I go live, I've got a video right now that surprised me. It's from 5 months ago. It was about vintage model cars. And over the last 2 weeks, it's been averaging 50 to 100 views per day and almost 10 hours a day itself. I have no idea why YouTube is pushing that video again. But they've been pushing it, and it's been helping out a lot. It's been a surprise. This video was only about 300 views in the first 10 days, and then it was just quiet. But over the past month, it's just shot up, and now it's 1,800 views. So I have no idea why YouTube randomly decides to push videos after the fact, but I'll take it, especially while I'm trying to get those hours. I truly appreciate that. I do. I know Nana Tank, she's been running me nonstop. She's been posting every day on videos, still got you. And then so appreciative of everybody that's been running videos. Jennifer Hayes, what's going on? How are you? How was your Christmas? Any good plans for tonight? Hey, Chris, I just heard about the next meetup in March in Florida. Are you going to be going to that one? I was doing some research and I saw that it's only about 2 hours from my parents. So there's a chance, if it's not basketball playoff time, that I might try to head down and head to that one. Once the new year started, the hours restart, do they roll over? They roll over. What happens is every 365 days, the day rolls off. So today, anything I had earned from December 31st, 2020 rolled off. Tomorrow, anything from January 1st, 2021 will then roll off. So it's just a 365 rolling total. Thankfully, I started in December 16th last year. And, you know, your first videos, not many people watch them. Usually they're shit, and mine were. So, yeah, not many people watched them. And I'm not getting many hours rolling off right now. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now, come February, that's when I started doing lives last year. So I definitely need to hit the monetization before that. You're hoping to? Okay, yeah, if it's not basketball playoffs, I'm going to see, because we were talking about possibly going down to Florida in March for spring training and to visit my parents. So we might try to do that. What's going on, Misha? How are you? Who's hosting the meetup in March? John, I am actually not sure. And hello. I heard, I think it might be Victoria is hosting it, Adventures with Victoria, if I'm not mistaken. Jen, Chris, Misha, you guys would more know than me. I just found out about this today. But yeah, being in Jacksonville, my parents live in Melbourne, which is about 2 hours from there. That would be kind of the perfect meetup, and I'd get to see family at the same time. Jen's back down to 300 and something hours. Wow, Jennifer. Oh, that just means you need to put out some videos again, Jen. That's what it means. What's going on, Shay? How are you? How are you doing? Jen just recorded a video, but the sound is super low for some reason. Well, in the editing software, you should be able to bring that up. If you need any help, hit me up on Instagram. I'm not sure what you use to edit your videos, if you even edit them. But even on YouTube, I think there's a way you can make your volume higher, I think. Speaking of that, how is the sound today? If you notice, I'm not wired up anymore. Hopefully that didn't pause it. Hopefully not. My wife got me the new Galaxy Buds to go with my laptop, so I am using those now, and these headphones have been absolutely amazing. I'm just not sure how the sound is with them. Okay, yeah, it's being hosted by Victoria, Adventures with Victoria. No, it didn't pause. Okay. Yeah, I know if I'm listening to a YouTube video and I accidentally tap it, it definitely pauses the whole thing, and I'm no longer watching the video. It's just paused. You're good, about to go buy a laptop. Nice, Shay. Are you going to PC or Mac? Which direction are you heading? What's going on, Ed? How are you? Are you working today, or are you actually getting to enjoy a day off? Today is unfortunately the last work day I have off of my vacation. I'm very upset about that and not looking forward to going back to work Monday, but it's what I got to do. You're going Mac, okay? Yeah, I'm PC all the way. I tried Macs back in the 90s, and that's when Apple was not that good of a company and the product sucked. So I just vowed to never go back. Still going to get the laptop you got. I ditched work. Nice. Do you edit? I edit on the PC. I can't do the phone. I mean, I know people have said it's easy, but fat fingers and just this small screen, it's just not for me. I'd rather be right here on my laptop with a big 15-inch screen and have more room to maneuver. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't even know if they have a version of Adobe for the phone, but I just like having the bigger screen and able to have all the options just all around and not have to like squint to see anything. I guess that's with the old age. I'm squinting sometimes when I look at the phone. Victoria's link. Got to drive your daughter's friends home. I'll be listening. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I do appreciate it. Feedback. Hopefully I have to do errands before New Year's. All right. Well, I'm going to be here for a while. I don't have a ton of stuff. Like I did get 10 lots in the auction, but we're only going to go over some of them. 3 of the 10 lots were baseball cards. Spent about $35 on the 3 lots. I'm not expecting much from those baseball cards. I'm not even going to show you them. I got to go through them. I'm expecting a lot of it to be junk. A lot of it's junk wax era, but I know I'll make my money back on it because I did see enough Hall of Famers in there. What I like to do is make Hall of Fame lots, 200-300 cards at a time. I recently just sold one on eBay. It was 200 cards of all Hall of Famers. Sold it for $35. So as long as I can find that, that's even. But I figured it was worth it. Just see if I get any cool finds in there. You never know. There were a couple cards for the 70s as well. So I'm pretty confident I'll make my money back on those. And if not, I just love sports cards and I love going through them, even junk wax era. Just going through sports cards brings back so many memories to me. Where's the stuff? Some's right here, some's right here, some's right there, some's over there. It's all around me, Misha. Patience. Can I please say hi to the people first? That's what I was thinking about getting was Adobe Pro, but it says it's not difficult. You just have to take the time to learn how to use it, which I haven't had. I plan on doing that in the new year. It's a little expensive. I think I'm paying $20 a month on the subscription side. So with paying that much, I definitely do need to spend the time to learn how to use that program. They see they only live 10 miles up the road, 10 minutes up the road, and they're young and they can't walk. This setup is good. All right, yeah, I'm in our rec room right now. Reason is I just did not want to be at my computer desk this week. To me, that's where I do the work for work, and I just didn't want to go anywhere near it. Show us the stuff. All right, let's get into some stuff. All right, I went over the baseball card stuff. One of the first lots I got was actually a bunch of Boy Scout books. I won this lot for $5. Yeah, for $5. It's got like a patrol leader and a bunch of Boy Scout merit badge books. What I'm probably going to do is lot a lot of these up. A lot. There's a couple of them I was looking through a few minutes ago. A couple of them are worth like around $10 a piece. What I'm going to do is anything that's worth about $10 more, I'll list individually. Anything that's under 10, I'll just lot up. Like probably do a merit badge lot, patrol lot. Then we got, the different ranks, wolf, bear, Weeblos, lot that stuff up. It's not going to be a big money maker, but I figure with how much this old type stuff does, I figure, $5 was worth taking a shot. They also had a bunch of Boy Scout patches, which is what I really wanted. The bidding went crazy. So I just kind of completely ignored that. I made an initial bid. I went up to $20. After that, I don't even know what it ended at. It just kept rising. And I was just like, nah, this is not even worth it. But that's just something small that, kind of just a little store filler probably and give me a little bit. Sure, I have to be patient. Well, Paul gets to see right away. Oh, Misha, come on. He goes right after you. And if I kept talking, I could be here all day. We know I like to talk. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Paul. Yeah, the Boy Scout stuff is cool. I used to be one way back in the day. Never went to Eagle Scout or any of that. I kind of just did it for fun. But I know people like that stuff, and it's got, the people that like to collect it. Roman, Happy New Year, bud. Glad you could stop in. Appreciate you joining. Let's see. Some of the other stuff I got these Sunoco 1999 car carriers. They had them in lots of 2. I won this for $8. Overpaid a little bit, so it was like $4 each. The comps range from anywhere to 8 to 15, so not great. When I got there, though, they were trying to clean up some stuff that just didn't sell in the auction. So he threw in a third. So I actually have 3 of these, and he threw in, and I accidentally hit the button. He threw in this Tonka Night Prowler. I just looked up the comps on this right before we came on, and there's no solds, but they're listed for 20. And as you heard, it does work. So between the 3 of those and this, again, not a big money maker, but I'll get my money back. This HiBid thing, it was pretty cool. I know there's going to be some stuff in there that I'm probably going to regret buying, but it was the first time, and we know how, like, the first time with all this reselling stuff, we definitely make mistakes and learn a lot. So I think it's definitely going to be worth the learning experience. What's up, Richard? How are you? Glad you could stop in, and Happy New Year to you as well. Any big plans for your evening? a boyfriend in high school that his parents will let him get a car until he made Eagle Scout. That's crazy. Both my stepsons are in Boy Scouts right now. They do it for fun. Mainly the older one, he said he has no interest in getting Eagle Scout. He'll do merit badges and things like that, but he has no interest in actually getting the Eagle Scout. The younger one, he's interested in it. How serious he's going to be, I don't know, because he's also more athletic. And I think he's going to be the one that potentially plays high school sports. So that kind of cuts into that. And, at that point, scouts aren't cool. Today, I'm not listening to anything. That's good, Roman. You need a day off. Backlash Fisherman, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. I'm listening a lot today, Misha. Okay. That's good. I hopefully will get a lot listed today. I've got a lot to go through. I've got a huge box of comic books that I also picked up, which I have to go through. Crazy as Misha's boyfriend still doesn't have a car. The hell is going on in here? What's up, Derek? How are you? How are you, buddy? Happy New Year. Glad you could stop in. So that's just a little filler stuff, just a little bit of stuff to make money, a little bit of money. Now some good stuff. There was a lot of porcelain, a nativity set, and a Jesus that I wound up getting bid up on. I paid $17 for it, but it's a pretty good lot. Here is a certificate of authenticity from Franklin Mint for the Transfiguration. It is this Jesus statue right here. It's got the base as well. The comps I've seen on eBay all have this going for between $45 and $55 plus shipping. So a little annoyed that I got bid up to about $17 on this, but for $45 to $55 on just this, it makes the buy worth it alone. And there was more in that lot. Here for a bed test. Positive COVID Thursday morning. If I do talk, I went back to sleep. All right, man. Well, hope you feel better, man. Hopefully you don't have it too bad. Thanks, Derek. Yeah, John, it does look like it might be a nightmare to ship. When this sells, I'm definitely going to be talking to Tim over the years and getting some advice from him on how to ship this. Also in that lot was a Nativity Scene. It is from Humco. It's got almost all the pieces of the Nativity Scene. I've seen comps that this can go for around $60 as a whole, but it's a retired set. And looking at some of the individual items, I mean, I think Paul's the one who said it, right? When in doubt, part it out. $50 to $60 as a set, but I can sell these individually. A lot of these individual are going for $15 to $20 a piece. So while I would love to sell it as a lot, I think possibly selling this individually is what's going to be best. You see little baby Jesus here. Looks pretty much like a man for a baby Jesus. But yeah, so it's got all the parts in the Nativity set. I'm just not sure what way I'm going to go, if I'm going to do them individually or not. Doing them individually might make it actually a lot easier to ship these. Yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've got the entire set here. So I'm going to look into those more because, yeah, I just looked up like 2 or 3 of them individually because they've got, some of them have the numbers on the bottom of which piece they are. And some of them are like $15 to $20. John took the words right out of Paul's mouth. Just throw it in a poly mailer. I'll throw it right in the poly mailer next to that DVD or the VHS and the padded flat rate. Both arms are missing on arrival. Misha ships a lot of glass. Yes, you do, Misha. You'll be another one I talk to. Roman's going to have some good whiskey tonight. That's always good. Carl, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. Mo, appreciate you sharing that link. I just got the notification. That's what I love about this laptop that I did buy. I know, Ed, we've talked about it before. It's hooked up to my phone, so the notifications all pop up here on the laptop. So I got the notification that you just shared this. I do appreciate it, Mo, like always. Thank you for giving me the credit I deserve. When in doubt, part it out. No problem, Paul. I swear that's the first time I have ever heard that. I know Commonwealth Picker, he likes to say it, but I don't know. I kind of think you said it first. Individually would be good. People could use them as replacement pieces. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking once I started going through it. Me and my wife were just talking about it, and she was like, $60 out that like that. And I'm like, but this guy is like 15. This is 20. I'm like, maybe it'd be better to just go individually. And it would make sense because people do need to complete sets. Like, these are all retired. You can't get it anymore. If somebody's had this in their family and they love it and one piece breaks, they want it again. So that might be what I do. That bourbon you gave me was amazing. Thank you again. Oh, what brand was that, John? You have my attention. What brand? Swamp Picker, how are you? What's going on? How's your day going? Any plans for the new year? But yeah, that lot was surprising to me. I really didn't look up the Nativity Scene. I just saw that Jesus was worth $45 and knew I wanted that lot. My match was going to be at $20. I knew he was $45, and I knew those would be at least worth something. I didn't truly take the time to look at them to realize what it was worth. That's something I'm going to do a little bit more of with the next HiBid auction I do, is take more time and really comp out more stuff and see if there are some things that could potentially surprise that people just aren't looking at it, or possibly being lazy like myself and not fully looking at what's in a lot. So it was a Cincinnati brand, actually brand new. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Wow, Paul, that's pretty good. 20-piece Nativity set. Still have 5 pieces left. Already made 5 times the money if you saw it as a set. Yeah, that blew my mind, seeing the set of this at $60, but then the individual pieces for so high. So I definitely think I'm going to go in that direction. Dylan Neer, Happy New Year. Thank you. Hope all's well over there. I spent $148 total on everything today. So that box right there between the Nativity set and the Jesus is going to make a lot of that money back, which is pretty cool. Which is another reason why with the baseball cards, I was willing to just pay up a little bit for them just to satisfy my love of the game and the love of the hobby. And I was hoping, if I could find some finds in there, I just stockpile them, and whenever Whatnot comes through and approves me, I've got more stuff to auction off there. So another thing that really caught my eye was, I don't know much about them, so I started looking them up. These are Arco dolls, Arco dolls around the world. There was a lot of 14, and I'm like, these can't be worth much. Let me go look them up. I looked on eBay and started doing the research, and there are 12 in the set. There's 14 here, so there's 2 doubles. The 14 in a set, or 12 in a set, can go for about $100 plus ship with the boxes. These, unfortunately, do not have the boxes, but even without the boxes, they can go for $50 to $80 for the complete set. There's also a chance I do these individually. I got to check, the condition of some of them. They look like they've been well used, but these can definitely bring in a little money. I wound up paying $9 for this bin of dolls. Just got finished. Best thing so far is probably the Jesus and the Nativity set. I don't know if you saw those. It's the first picker video I've seen. Now I watch most pickers. All right. And Paul got a hard drive with 4 Bitcoins on it. Paul and Roman are going to a Russian party tonight. All right. There are way better videos out there than mine. John, you were one of the first pickers I watched as well, and still do. Always entertaining. Today I head to the bar to watch the Bearcats beat Bama. Yeah, I am hoping for that upset, John. I've actually got the TV on right over there. That way, when the game comes on, I've got it all set up. That would be freaking amazing. Um, I just worry about Cincinnati pulling off that upset because while it'd be great, I think in the future it's going to keep the Power Five conferences out of the big games because they're just going to be like, oh, it's Power Five. See? Wait, no. I do want the upset. It's been a long day. I do want the upset because then the Power Five will get taken seriously and maybe they'll let them in. I don't know what I'm thinking today, guys. You would think I was like Roman and started drinking already. Please do some Instagram stories from the party. Definitely. Pretty sure you. Hold on. I'm not even on YouTube right now, Jen. All right, got John. Yeah, I've been in StreamYard and gone through this other stuff. Stories about those kind of parties. Go Bearcats. Who's got the bail money? Okay, so that's the dolls. I need to really too much responsibility, John. I heard you had a lot of work with that responsibility in Pete's Live. I hung out in Pete's Live for a little bit yesterday, and while it was fun, part of the fun of being in lives to me is interacting with the chat, and that chat was just moving so fast. There was just no way I could interact. So I didn't watch for too long. Especially after he asked where everyone was from, and the chat. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever seen a chat move that fast when he asked where everyone was from. Like it was instantly just like I don't know how he saw a few of those people. How close am I at? I'm about 800 and change, Dana. I slacked off on my lives this week. Kind of wound up enjoying vacation with the kids. So I didn't go live much. But yeah, it's still about 800 and change. Slowly getting there. Misha, I can pick you up. You can go with me. Aaron, how are you? Glad you could stop in. I mean, I was just about to put John in timeout. Do anything, John? Yeah, John, we've got Jennifer in here. She'll handle everything. Tommy called it whack-a-troll. That was accurate. Never used a wrench that much in my life. Thank you, Dana. I do appreciate that, man. I really do. Do some Instagram, John, hopefully. Yeah, they're interesting dolls. I'm curious how much I will get because now that I just touched this one, you saw some of the hair came out. But I guess that's part of this auction game. You never truly know the condition you're going to get some of this Tuesday up front. But again, at $9, I'm confident I'm going to get my money back on these guys. All right. What else do I got? I got some kitchenware, which I think I'm going to regret because that's going to take some time to clean. And I do not feel like being Jake and sitting there over a bathroom sink for about 5 hours cleaning one thing. But I will show you guys that. The one thing that's probably going to take my most time is these comic books. Let me move some of this stuff and bring it up. I'll be right back. Aaron, it is not vintage Barbie. They are Arco dolls from the 60s. From what I've seen is if they're with the box, they can go for $100 for the set. These are not with a box. And without the box, it looks like they would go for about 60 to 80 as a set, and there is a full set there. Big brother at the auction, how are you today? How's everything going? All right, check this. All right, so I did win 2 comic auctions. I spent $35 on this long comic book box. But there is a reason. They had a ton of comic lots. One of them was just a huge lot of DC comics, like a mix and match, not any specific person. I got those at about 25 cents a piece. I'm not sure how those really, I'm not sure how good of a rate that is, since this is the first time I've done comics. in my head, to me, you should be paying more than 10 cents a comics, but I don't sell comics, so I really don't know. I'll have to talk to somebody like Roy or Dom, somebody like that, and get their opinion on comics. And just an auction, maybe I'll join one night. See, Dana, that's part of the reason why I bid on the comics. I'm still waiting to hear back from Whatnot, and if I get approved, I was thinking something like the comics would do well over there. Probably move a lot quicker than they would on eBay, just like a lot of the sports cards. I've been watching a lot of sports card auctions on Whatnot, and I've seen that a lot of the junk wax era cards that are star players can move instantly. Those $1 cards or a lot of 10, say, Barry Bonds, they move like that on Whatnot, and people will buy them for $1 to $3. Like the price you would ask for on eBay, but on eBay you could sit on it for like over a year. So I figured comics would probably be the same thing. So I thought I'd get some comics if I could get them cheap, and I won those. And we'll see how those go. But my plan is to use those on Whatnot. What's up, Amber? How you doing? How's your guys' holiday week been? You enjoying that vacation with the kids? Boring ever auction lots a few weeks ago. Oh, that sucks, Aaron. The best thing about this auction house that I won from, they're 12 miles down the road. So it's a 20-minute drive. They do want a bunch of packing and shipping supplies. They're about 20 minutes away. They do the auction 2 times a month. One ends on a Wednesday, and usually by Friday, they're already putting the next auction up. Unfortunately, today when I saw them, they said that they're going to take some time off now that the holiday's over, and their next auction is not going to start till the 19th of January. Oh, Mo, you've been doing a lot of comic books lately. Okay. What's going on, Jen? How are you? Glad you could stop in. Yes, John, that is true. It's a hell of a lot more work generating the listing on eBay, too. That is for sure. Everybody's saying hi. That's why they are still sitting. I paid $20, so I wasn't worried about them aging in the garage. Yep. I've been sorting through my sports cards lately to put them up on eBay, and even as I sort them, I just go, that was long enough to sort them. Why do I want to take all this time to list some of these lots? And then Whatnot came out. So I'm really just hoping that comes through quick. But all right, so this first lot of comic books I got for $9. It was 31 of the Nam series, Vietnam. And there was 12 of these Semper Fi lots. I was looking these up, and this is the reason why I bought that lot. The complete set on eBay of these, 1 through 9, it's only 9 issues, goes for about $45. So I got this entire lot for $9, and I've got a complete set here. I've actually got 12 issues, so I have 3 to boot, and then 9 for the complete set. So that is why I bid on this auction. I haven't looked much into the Vietnam series yet, but I'm assuming if I could get 45 for the Semper Fi, I can get some money for the Nam as well. Everybody's saying hello. Am I missing everybody? Lisa, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. But yeah, I was quite surprised by these because I have never heard of that. I guess it was just some special issue that came out. These came out in 1988. I guess it was just part of a little military series Marvel was doing at the time. It even says Tales of the Marine Corps. So we'll see how those do. The set, like I said, it's 45 to 50, and it's got a pretty good sell-through rate as well. I think there's like 10 sold over the last 3 months and like 12 listed, something like that. So hopefully these won't sit too long. And then these I'm going to research and kind of see what a set would do and see how many we got here. So yeah, that's comics. I don't know a lot about them, so we're going to learn. And that's part of the reason why I did this HiBid too. I feel like it's forced me to learn about other niches and other things I can sell, like this nativity set and the Jesus and the dolls. That's stuff I never would have looked at a garage sale. So looking at HiBid and seeing just like, oh, $5 right now for this lot, bid on it. All right, I'll bid on it and I'll learn about it. I think that'll make things so much better for me once next garage sale season comes. I can then go to a table and instead of just looking at the baseball cards and video games, I can now go look at an entire table. So I'm going to continue to look at all that. Did they come with board and bag? A lot of them are in bags in that lot. Couple of them have boards. The other lot I have, none of them are in bags. So that is something I am going to have to put out a little money to get. It's kind of hit or miss on what has a board, what has a bag, what has board and bag. But that's something I also knew like I was going to have to put up the money for if I wanted to start doing some of these comics. So we will do that sometime this week as well. You like my Plush King in training, Aaron? The Plush Prince, or the Prince of Plush. Thank you. I'm finally taking some of your advice and going and checking out some of these auctions. Eventually, I would like to go see some of these in person and see what they're like. I've been watching, Paul's videos. We've all been saying it. Paul's latest videos on his auction house have been phenomenal. And it looks like a great experience. But right now, I'd rather learn with the online auction without the pressure of being there in person and having, 1 to 2 weeks to do the research online before I bid. What'd you miss, Misha? We are going through comic books now. The big comic book lot I got, probably 100 or so comics. I spent $25 on them. There was no idea who was in it. It just said a lot of DC, and you could see some of them just like that they had spread out in the picture, but not a ton of it. You've got stuff like Justice League Quarterly, Superboy, any Venom. Venom would not be in this lot, Misha, because Venom was Marvel. But I haven't really taken the time to go through this DC one yet. There's a lot of people I've never heard of, Loose Cannon, Anima, whatever the hell that is. But again, I was just thinking, I'm like, if I'm going to get on Whatnot, if you're going and dealing with comic collectors, like, yes, I'll need the board and bag, but these are things they might have heard of and been willing to spend some money on. And I could also definitely make some lots on those. Love the in-person auctions, but I have so much inventory. I'm glad this auction house is actually going to take a break to the 19th because I probably would have a lot more inventory on their next one now that I got comfortable with the bidding process. Some of the things I really wanted, I got outbid on. So that sucked. But the bidding just got too high, and for me, it just wasn't worth it. Yes, they are very good. That guy who does Paul's auction in the videos is going to the Russian party with you guys. Way too many comics I still need to list. Chris, for you as well, Whatnot might not be a bad place for you. I mean, it's a place where you can go live and not show your face. You're just doing the auction. Funny thing is, applying for Whatnot, you guys have all heard me talk about YouTube auctions, how I can't stand them. I'll never do one. And I don't even bid in them, and I'm not a fan of watching them. But when it came to Whatnot and I started looking at their auctions, I found them more enjoyable. They're more fast-paced. You can move items very quickly in a short amount of time, even more than a YouTube auction. And I think part of the reason why I want to do Whatnot over like a YouTube auction is it keeps these two things separate. Like, yes, I'm going to promote it on YouTube, tell people to come over, bid, check it out, but it keeps it separate. YouTube, I like putting out my reselling videos. I like doing my lives. I don't want to saturate that with auctions. I'd rather keep the two things separate. So if I'm doing Whatnot instead of a YouTube auction, I think that's going to be more enjoyable for me, especially because on Whatnot, you're dealing with collectors. I feel like a lot of times on YouTube auctions, we're just dealing with other resellers. On Whatnot, you're dealing with collectors of the items you're trying to sell, which gives you a greater chance of making more money on an item. I've never said I have too much inventory, not openly anyway. My storage unit is almost full. Same boat. Wow. Lisa's is overly full, not alone. Yeah, I am going to be getting a ton listed because I have quite a bit of stuff in my garage, and I'm definitely adding to it with this pile. So I definitely have to get to listing now in the new year. Speaking of the new year, what's going on, Travis? I am sorry for your loss this week. I know that had to be tough, and I'm very sorry for you. I know that was hard. Say, Whatnot has a lot more users now because of Retro Rick. I've never watched Retro Rick. I'm not sure how many he sent over in that category. But it definitely seems like the power players on YouTube's in different genres and different niches can definitely send over a bunch of people over to Whatnot. I love the collector's feel of it. I am currently applied in diecast cars because sports cards is oversaturated by a mile. So for me to apply in sports cards, it's not going to happen. They would just tell me they have too many. It looks like almost every local card shop in America now has a Whatnot. So I applied for diecast cars. I still have a lot left from the NASCAR hall. And once you're in, you can go into any category and post live. So that's what I'll be doing once I get in. My house is my storage unit. Last few videos, you've seen the mess. COVID, yeah, I'm not denying that at all. It truly was, and that's part of the reason why my team was 8-7 going into the playoffs. Like, it's just COVID wrecked with everyone's fantasy teams. That's why last year I took the year off. I took a break from fantasy football last year just because I didn't want to deal with the potential headaches of teams getting games canceled, players missing because of quarantine. I just didn't want to deal with it. I thought we would be past that this year, but obviously we were not. We had a giant video game auction there for 3 to 4 hours one day. Wow, he had 3,000 people at one point. I think the most I've ever seen in a Whatnot auction was probably about 100 to 115 in some box breaks. List all those UGA Bama items because they're going to play for the championship after today's game is over. They might. Cincinnati Picker might disagree with you there, Chris. Yeah, that was a pretty cool ornament, Travis. I do appreciate you sending that to me. I know I told you that already. Chris, you got so much plush that they will form their own country in your room. Roman, you're funny. Mo applied for Barbie dolls. All right, Mo. But you know what? Again, it's find a category that is not saturated and use that to get in. Occasionally do some lives there and then do lives in what you really want to do. Like, I'm assuming you'd probably mainly do action figures. But to start off in Barbies makes sense. Like the Broncos playing a game with no quarterback last year. Yep, exactly. Philly's Whatnot was fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in Paul's Whatnot. That was a good time. Paul, we would not have known this was your first one because you handled everything pretty smoothly, even if you were a frantic mess behind the camera. Especially with that troll that was in there. Like, you handled that really well. I was very impressed, man. Oh. Q, what's going on, man? How are you? You ready for New Year's? You working today? I'll be paying attention to see how you do and whatnot. I may need to rethink selling strategies. Yeah, I'm hoping I get it pretty soon because I am very eager to start this, especially with the schedule I have. You guys have seen with my YouTubes, at times I'm stagnant for a couple weeks just because life takes over. Then when I come on, you see my sales are low because I just haven't had any time to list on eBay. I coach 2 basketball teams this winter. That's 2 practices a week. There's 2 games a week. Normal life, normal meetings that I have with the various sports organizations I coach in. So time makes it hard to do YouTube, eBay. For someone like me, a Whatnot auction, if I could do that 1 or 2 days a week or 2 hours one night and then ship it all that night, that could be huge for me as a part-time reseller to make extra money. It can kind of fill in those gaps on the weeks where I'm not able to list as much as I normally can on eBay. And that's, for me, that's how I'm looking at it. As a part-timer, it could help me make a little more money just on the time aspect. Okay. No, sorry, Jen, we can't get one of those. Get to join Whatnot to go to watch auctions. I believe I had a create account. Yeah. And then I just watch. I'll be honest, I have not bid on anything yet. I've been watching the YouTube auctions just to find out the lay of the land, how things work, how people run their auctions, how people do things differently than one another. And I've definitely learned a lot in a short period of time. But Jennifer, if you go to Paul probably has a link somewhere. If you sign up through him, you'll get a $10 credit too. So if you ever decide to buy anything, you get $10 there free on what not to pay. Yeah, I think everybody would prefer Bama to lose. I think Cincinnati making it would just be a great story. The Power 5 needs to get a little bit of respect. Okay, just a bit. Yeah, I created an account. I just can't bid because I haven't put my card on yet. Boo Cowgirls. That's what I would call them, Chris. One wine cooler. That's it for tonight. One wine cooler? Why? Why, Q? I'm not going to drink much tonight either. It's just me and my wife, and we're just going to be hanging out at the house. The kids are at their father's for the evening. We're not just a website. I'm not seeing an app. It is an app. It's almost all app-based. They do have a website, and the website you can work on, you know, your auctions, your orders, your shipping, and all that behind the scenes. But you need the app for bidding and going live. Just do Whatnot, one word, and then app. And that's how I searched it. And then you'll see this little black with a yellow W. Sorry, let me see this message. All right. Go Browns. Love any Ashmers, and I know them. I thought about comics book collectors would rip me apart because I don't really know the subject enough. Something like comics, that does worry me a little bit because you get a comic nerd in there and they know their shit. That was part of the troll that was messing with Paul in his magic one when he started doing stuff that wasn't magic. The magic nerd started going off about this isn't magic, this isn't this, and then telling Paul what things were. But I think Paul was very forthcoming in that he didn't know a ton about it, and that's where he was, but that's what he's auctioning off, and he was going to auction off some other things. Like I know my first auction would obviously have to be a die-cast one, but there would be die-cast cards, there will be sports cards, there'll be a couple comics. There's going to be a little mix of everything, which I feel it should be. I know people are collectors and you might not make as much in a die-cast auction with sports cards, but that's also who I am, and you're trying to build a following. No, Jen, no. Barrel of wine does not count as a cooler. Just starting to pop, but seriously, go. Yeah, all right. It's crazy funny to watch auctions on Whatnot so fast. Yes, those auctions, they're a lot of fun to watch. Some of them. I was talking with John Cincy Picker this morning about some of the sports cards ones, and you could tell the area these guys are from, and they're not fun. Some of them, like with the music playing in the background, like loud, like almost like it's at a club. Especially in the sports cards ones where you can tell when it's a New York City area based card shop because they've got the music blaring. They're all shouting like they're in the club, like they're the DJ, they're the hype man, and trying to get things going. Like for some people, an auction like that might be fun, but those ones, I hate it. I just do. Those are the ones I quickly tap out of. How can I look cool while wearing a baseball cap? I don't know, Justin. You definitely don't look like me. Misha stands sober. I'm curious to see the difference between YouTube auctions and Whatnot auctions. I feel with the Whatnot auctions, Jen, I don't know if you heard me say it. I feel like they cater more to collectors of items than resellers, which we see a lot of. And some of the people, they know their stuff. They're in there to buy certain things, and they know what they're looking for. and you're able to make more on collectibles that would not sell as quickly on eBay and probably would not sell on YouTube either. At a YouTube auction, a lot of them, if I want to sell a lot of cards, there's got to be a lot of them or just some big names. I could pull out a semi-star player. Here's 10 cards for $1, and I might get $3, $2, but it'll sell a lot quicker than it would on eBay or on a YouTube auction. You know, Jen, I had not noticed that before, but now that you mention it, there hasn't been many. I don't think I've seen many women on there. I know Carrie, his wife, does it with them, but I haven't seen anybody else. Good point. I wonder why. So, yeah, Q's on Whatnot as well. Has she had her first auction yet? I haven't seen anything for that. I follow her, but I haven't seen any notification. Yeah, Jen would probably do pretty good with Pokemon. I agree. Roman, really, Roman. Cool, and it might be a half a wine cooler. All right, John, have a happy new year. Enjoy the game. Hopefully your Bearcats pull off that upset. Part-time hustle, how are you? Thanks for stopping in to the party, but go Rams. I'll say that one. I have nothing against the Rams. Sorry, Jen. Out of all the really good teams that won last week, they looked the worst, though, when they have won that game against a better team. Yeah, that's true, but you know what? That's been the NFL this season. There's just so much parity in the NFL, so many players missing time with COVID that just nothing about this year has been normal. The good teams can look like some of the worst teams some weeks. Paul back in his dressing attire. Yeah, I don't know when you're going to see that again, Chris. As of right now, I'm not going to see any customers next week, so you will not see that next week, as far as I know. No shame in sober. I don't drink alone. Consider it, but I don't really want to start up into another platform right now. That makes sense, Jen. That does. Do I have high ambitions for growth and expansion? It's true. Are there many clothing sellers and whatnot? Yeah, the vintage clothing category is pretty saturated. Streetwear is starting to become a little more popular too. That's where a lot of people are using. That's what a lot of people are using to get into Whatnot now. They'll go in with streetwear, do an auction or two there, then they'll mainly do vintage clothing. But at the same time, vintage clothing, depending on what it is, could also cross over into streetwear. So it makes sense. But yeah, there are some clothing sellers there. And now I just found out about it through Paul. Wait, what? Are you serious, Jennifer? Oh, wow. Yeah. Last day of the year. Hey, babe.
What?
Betty White died.
Oh, wow.
99 on the last day of the year. Wow. And she was going to turn 100 on January 17th. Almost made it. Just when I looked it up, Jennifer, TMZ's reporting it. It's got to be true, right? I haven't seen it anywhere else yet. Just no, some sports reporters are starting to report it, but I don't know why they would report it before others. Yeah, I haven't seen it on any of the major news sites yet, but I guess we'll find out shortly. Looking that up now. I mean, there's been rumors of her passing away many times in the past, so who knows if that's true or not. I'm only seeing it on TMZ, and we have seen them wrong before. They're usually so quick to try to break stories that sometimes they are incorrect.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I'm only seeing it on TMZ, so I'd say the jury is out on that one. It's only true if it's on Wikipedia. I'm surprised somebody hasn't updated that yet. You know how quickly people run over to Wikipedia to update that website.
It's a hoax.
Now, Jennifer, I just looked on Wikipedia. It's not there.
Someone posted on Facebook and everyone's saying it's a hoax.
I wouldn't be surprised.
She just did an interview saying that she's turning 100.
That was like a day or two ago. Wikipedia, everyone's college research source. That's true. People suck. Yes, they do. I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, how many times in the past have we had that hoax about her being dead? She's one of those that you can mention it and people will go crazy about it and run with it. Guess we'll see. Yeah, her Instagram doesn't show anything. Yeah, Aaron, outside of TMZ, there's nowhere else reporting it yet. And she would have admitted it by now.
Everything I'm seeing is it's a hoax.
I haven't seen anything about a hoax, anything saying it's a hoax yet,
I know.
but I just haven't seen anything other than TMZ saying she's dead. I also haven't looked at Facebook though. Every time somebody dies on Facebook, they're dead or it's a hoax. Yeah, the interview she had was about turning 100 was a couple days ago. Okay, yeah, it looks like she is. People Magazine is starting to share it now. Yeah. All right. If you go, it's on about 10 news sites that Betty White did die. Yeah, I didn't see it on many news websites. It was just like, the little no name websites. But I did just see People Magazine is reporting it now. What's going on, Dan? How are you? Merry Christmas is over, and Happy New Year. Hope your holidays have been well for you, bud. Blowing up my phone. Real life people are saying it's true. What's this saying? Alexa is now saying Betty White is dead. Okay.
Alexa's so true.
Radio stations are starting to report it now. Local CBS stations are starting to report it.
Adam Joseph said she's dead. It's true.
Yeah. Well, if Adam Joseph says it, it's got to be true. If you're in the Philly area, you know Adam Joseph, him talking about the Golden Girls, you'd believe it. I know, Misha. I know. But, all right, so what else did we get? Let's see. We got all those comics. Those are going to take a while to go through just because, yeah, a lot of them are no names. Man, this one, Cobalt. Who the hell is Cobalt? You could tell I was not a comic kid growing up because I don't know a lot of these names, which makes it funny, too, that I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's based off comics, but it's not really comics. All right, and now the box that I'm not sure if I'm going to regret buying or not. I'll get my $5 back on it, but I don't know if I feel like putting the work into getting a lot out of it. It is vintage kitchenware. Again, something I know nothing about, nothing at all. But for $5, I figured I'd take it and try to teach myself another category. One of the things that caught my eye was this. It's a little rusted. It needs to be cleaned. It is a juice-o-mat. Doesn't have a date on it. It's from Rival Manufacturing in Kansas City. Looking that up on YouTube, on eBay. I'm all thrown off now. Juice-o-mat. They sell between $15 and $30 depending on the condition. The appearance condition compared to some of the comps I'm seeing look like I could probably get around 15 or so for it, because it definitely looks its age, maybe as high as 20. But yeah, that's one of the things that had me test this out. And again, winning the auction at $5, figured for one item alone, it's worth the knowledge I might get from this. Surprised it's not on CNN, Roman. Dan sold a similar juicer this past summer. Okay. Brighter colors do also. Cool find. What's up, Ed? You missed some sports cards. I'm not sure if you were here for the Arco Dolls of the World. Then we just got, some pots. This one is Wherever. Another brand I never heard of. It's a baking pan. Look it up. I don't see any circular ones in sold, but the square ones sell for 20 plus. So I have to do some more research on that. But that's why I went with this lot, because I felt it was going to give me a chance to, really research some different things. That way, again, I can prepare myself better for next garage sale season. Lobster, what's going on, man? Happy New Year. Glad you could stop in. We've got this old teapot. Don't see a brand on it, though. Wait. Just says stainless steel china. Maybe if I clean it up under there, I'll be able to see a brand. That one will take a little work. All right, let's see. Mellow Rich Pie Pans from Mrs. Smith. Let's see what those are. Yeah, those are nothing. Only about $4 or $5 a piece. But still, it'll give me the money back on the lot. What else do we got here? We've got a Bakerex pan. Another brand I've never heard of before. Oh, there's one here with the same pattern, R1109. That's sold for $10. All right. Yeah, it's looking like a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna have to research, clean up, see what it's worth. At the end with the research time, when you factor in those hours, I don't know if it'll be worth it, but again, the knowledge for next year. Just a bunch of salt and pepper shakers in there. Got this. It's like a butter dish to me. Yeah. Never seen one of these truly old style butter dishes in person before. Can't really make out the brand. Burgers. Let me type in Burgers and see what comes up. Yeah, big brother, that's what I'm seeing with those Arco dolls. Depending on the condition, the set can go for a decent amount, or you could do them individually for around like 10. A couple of them, when I touched the doll's head, some of the hair started coming off a little bit, so I'm not quite sure the condition of some of them. But again, I got that lot for $9, and there's 14 dolls there. It's all been worth it. Oh, it's definitely going to be worth it. Between the Jesus doll, the Jesus statue, and the Nativity set, and the one comic set, everything's paid off, or everything will be paid off, and then the rest of the stuff is just going to be profit. What's going on, Joe? Glad you could stop in. Happy New Year. Hope you're going to get a chance to enjoy it tonight. I'm trying to see the name on this. Gonna have to try to clean that up and see if I can get the name, but that's definitely a older butter dish right there. Lot of dolls, 100 or best offer. That's what I was initially thinking. The comps I saw were about $100 worth of boxes. I don't have the boxes, but I think I still might do right around that range, like 80 to 100, and see where it goes. Thank you. Again, something else without a name on it. So, yeah, that box is looking like pretty much what I expected. Something I probably should not have bid on, but I will at least get my money back on. Hopefully, I could learn some stuff from it. Those Arco dolls, Dan, I got these for $9, a lot of 14 of them. They are from, the container said from the 60s, 70s time frame. They're called the Arco's dolls around the world, or dolls from the world, something like that. But yeah, guys, I think the best thing out of the lot is going to wind up Jesus and that Humco Nativity set. The more I think about it, the more I'm going to do these individually. And then, obviously, this guy by himself goes for about 45 to 55. Hopefully, he will survive shipping on whoever buys that. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. I got the baseball cards, the comics, the Boy Scout stuff. Yeah, like I said, I got 10 lots. My first attempt at HiBid, and I'm happy how the experience went. Definitely learned a little bit how the process goes. And I'm excited for the next one, especially if this stuff can sell fairly quickly. Then I'll definitely be interested to keep it going and purchase some more stuff. What's up, Q? Been listening and listing. That's what's up. So were you listening when we were talking about whatnot? Have you had your first auction yet? I don't think I've gotten that notification yet. When will that be? Sorry. All right. He should go for way more. You would think there is quite a bit of comps with that Jesus that are all 45 to 55. It's a Franklin Mint. It's got the certificate of authenticity, but yeah, that's where everything's gone. Let me bring it up again. Yeah, there are currently 13 sold. Most of them are between 45 55. There is one that sold for $175 and mint. It says in mint condition. not sure why that one sold for so much more than the others. Because you've got 175 and then everything else is in that 45 to 55 range. But you got 13 solds and there's currently 14 listed. What's interesting is some of these that are listed and not sold yet are like 10 to 30 range. And then you've got others that are 50 to 120. So it's really all over the place, but the actual solds have been between 45 and 55. Okay, Monday night. Is that going to be your first one? I think I have you followed already, Q. It just might not have noticed it if it's going to be on Monday. Usually I only look at the next day or two. Yep, I have it. 90s figs on card, $2 start and giveaway. 8:30 on Monday. All right. Joe Dempsey, what's going on, man? Always pop in, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Oh, just because it was Jesus. I hear you, Dan. I do. And then the Nativity set, that sells, Dan, from what we saw earlier, it sells for about $55.60 for the entire set. A lot of these pieces on their own can sell for 10 to 20 individually, and there's 9 pieces. So I'm probably going to split those up as replacement parts, and that will also make it a lot easier to pack and ship. Most of the ones that sold were 45 to 55, and there was one at 175. That's a little odd to me when the rest are 45 to 55 right before and after it. So we'll see on that one. But yeah, 45 to 55. And I'll be happy with that. I paid $17 total for you guys that weren't here for the Nativity set and the Jesus. So you're looking at about $100, maybe a little more if I do these individually, out of $17. So I'm cool with that for sure. Especially, pack the Nativity individually because that Jesus, oh my God, that Jesus is going to be a pain to pack. Oh, wow, that just jumped. Just did your onboard training on the 28th. I'm adding a preview it tomorrow. All right, preview. Haven't had time to get it recorded. Yeah, I know Tim has said those previews are huge. I've seen a lot of auctions they don't do one. But the ones that have done it have definitely had me interested more in going to see their auction because I'm seeing, what they're going to be putting up. Yeah, packing all that together, that's just, to me, packing the Nativity set as a whole, even just individually wrapping each piece, putting it in a box, just opens up the chance of damage, like a bigger chance of it to me. Have you been accepted to sell yet? I have not been accepted yet. Let me see. Check my email. I haven't checked it in a while. Yeah, not yet. I applied Monday night. I know they're getting bombarded with applications right now, so I'm not trying to be a pain. I know quite a few people have said they've been just emailing them every day almost and asking about their application. So that's one thing I might do on Monday. I think I was going to give it a week, and then on Monday I'll send them an email and ask, hey, what's going on with the application? Because I did see they said they approve people weekly. So they might just go through everything and then on Sunday send out a batch email. Tomorrow, that's awesome. Practice wrapping those pieces. I've only had one break, but the rest have been good. Wow, that's awesome, man. Keep being on because it's been 2 weeks for you now, Ed. Okay. Yeah, I know Jimmy said he emailed him a few times and then he finally got a response that he needed to make another video showing off, the stuff he would be auctioning, which was, hey, at least he got a response and a request from them to make another video. To me, that would definitely make me think, hey, I'm more likely. I did not film a video initially. When you go through the application process and it asks you for pictures of items you would sell or a video, I did the pictures of the videos. I was just being lazy. I didn't feel like making a video at that time. So I did that. And then after I did the application, the email came out and said, hey, tag us in an Insta reel, tag us in an Insta story, and tell us why you would be good for the platform. which to me on their part is pretty smart because they can see, on your Instagram as well, even though you gave the information if you have a following and if there's interaction. So I said, you know what, let me do something different. Instead of telling them why I think I'd be good for their platform, let me make my Insta reel and tell my followers, like, hey, let them know that you think I should be on their platform. Let them know that I have the experience of reselling, and it lets them see like the likes, the comments, that there is interaction on my post. Thought you applied weeks ago. Can take up to a month. Yeah, I just applied Monday night. So I figured I'll give it till Monday, and then after Monday, I'll send an email and see how that goes. They said at the onboard this week, I applied. There were 10,000 applications in my category, and they approved 50 of us. Wow, Q, that's awesome. I have noticed this week, as the week's gone on, they've been adding more and more categories. I'm not sure how I feel about everybody going to different categories to apply, though, than going to where they want to go. Like, yeah, that's for us. That's great. But for their platform, is that a good thing? And is that going to get them to start cracking down on people saying, if you apply in a certain category, you have to sell in that category? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how that goes, because they are getting more popular by the day. So I could see their applications increasing by the day. I got a response, but I'll say that they have a large amount of applications, that there's no timetable for approval. Okay. Yeah, I know I was talking to John Cincy Bicker, and he was saying he hasn't heard anything back yet either. And that amazes me, because we all know John's following. I only did the application in one picture. From what I am hearing now, it's usually not that easy. Yeah, I think the last two people I heard that had it that easy were you and Paul. Everybody else has had to, kind of jump through some hoops, make some videos, make some additional videos. So I may make a video and then send that in with my email on Monday, see if that helps, send an additional video. But honestly, if you've got a YouTuber applying for Whatnot, I was talking earlier about this with Joe and a couple other people. I just feel like as YouTubers, we're better off for the platform than some of the people we're seeing on there that aren't used to creating content. You could tell some of these people have no experience interacting with a chat. They don't know how to produce content. Not saying all of us are good at it. Not saying I'm good at it. But how often do I go live? How well do I do with the chat? That's all things that go into the production aspect of these auctions. And if your production is better with these auctions, you would think more people are going to watch that auction. More people are going to bid up items, and then Whatnot's going to make more money off their commission on the item. So I would think you'd want more of people that have, done YouTube or produced videos in other areas. Have you made your address? Hey, Nana Tank, how are you? Happy New Year. I've not. I did not go live this week a bunch like I planned. So I'm 800 and change. I appreciate everything you're doing to get me there. I'm still getting at least 20 hours a day, and I know I will be there in the next few weeks. It just took a little more time since I didn't go live this week like I planned on. Yes, new categories will make it easier if you get it on a category. You'll have to do your first auction in that category, and then you can kind of do any kind you want. Yeah, and that worries me. Like, I wonder if eventually they're going to stop that loophole and then just kind of grandfather in like the old people, just because if they keep adding new categories and people use that just to get in and then don't participate in that category after their first auction, what good was adding that new category? But at the same time, the categories, I don't feel like any auction should be pigeonholed into a category, because some of us sell so much more. Like me, honestly, I would do diecast, I would do comic ones, I would do card ones, I would do like maybe 3 auctions in a week for like a half hour, 45 minutes, one in each category, something like that. I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see what Whatnot does as they grow. And they keep getting all these people applying to be on. Hopefully it hits a point where they're not accepting everybody, because you don't want to oversaturate, especially with people that don't know how to make content. done a lot of YouTube auctions. I'm still really nervous because Whatnot is totally different. It is, the platform I'm doing it is definitely different. But at the same time, I feel like our natural personalities and experience doing anything on YouTube, doing these lives and handling a chat, while we're trying to figure that out, we're still able to interact with the chat. We do it all the time when we list, when we research, any of that stuff. I know Paul was saying in his first one, he really wishes he had like a second person there, just to make things a little bit easier. And I've already thought about that because my stepson does help me out sometimes with my listings. So what I might do is, if when I get approved, not if, when, I'll have him there as like, my little helper. Just have him handing me items and then putting items to the side, just another set of hands. Went through the sneaker category, applied on, and all I see are high-end Nike and Jordans, and no previews at all. I'm trying to emphasize that I don't sell those. Emphasize. Okay. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I've had your videos on. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Q. I do appreciate it. David, what's going on? Happy New Year. You guys are getting a lot closer to the new year over there across the pond. I'm going Amazon too. So many resellers are. That is one of my goals for next year, is to get back into Amazon a little bit. Before I've just done books, and that was it. I kind of stopped those when I started really getting into eBay a lot more this year and more into YouTube. But I do plan on venturing back into that category. All right. Eclectic Sam, what's going on, man? How are you? You're not doing auctions on YouTube once my subs increase. See, that I don't plan on doing. Personally, YouTube, doing the auctions on YouTube just aren't for me. I would prefer to do it on Whatnot, where I'm looking at collectors of the items I'll be selling on the auctions instead of other resellers. Personally, I feel like I'm going to get more of a return by selling the stuff to collectors. That's cool, Ed. Yeah, it definitely sounds like you need the help. Because I feel like people that are, and we'll get the files before it gets. Yeah, that's so true, Q. That's so true. I've been spending time in some of the chats on the Whatnot, trying to get. I know as I talk more, kind of like in our YouTube auctions or YouTube lives, you go into chat and you chat. People naturally come over and subscribe to you. I'm trying to do that right now on Whatnot and get people to come over to follow me. That way, when I am approved, I've already got that following, and hopefully they'll come check out my auction. Kind of process it, apply and approve. Well, I have not been approved yet. There's just a quick application where you mention like your YouTube channel, your selling platform. They look at all that stuff to see your history, content, sales, and see what kind of history you have. Then they ask you for a picture of items you're going to sell or a video. I did a picture, and then obviously they ask you to promote them on like Instagram and tag them, which is what I did. And then I've heard some people have gotten emails asking for videos of what they would do, their area where they're going to auction, and just like a little sample of how they're going to do it. Time frame. Some people like Q have been approved in days. Others have taken weeks. I know John has been a couple weeks now, I believe, that he's been waiting. You're probably going to be the only time I see you live today. Probably. I know once I get off here today, I might be off too for the rest of the day. Might pop on later on, just chat. But I don't know about how much listening I'll actually be doing. I might just do some little quick chats. Same. He will get there. Always the last couple of hours seems to take forever. Yeah, especially when I don't want to do the 24-hour live. I know a lot of people are trying to get me to do that because it'll get easily 400 to 500 hours in a quick snap of the finger. But I just don't feel like staying up for 24 hours. I'm not in college anymore. Reapply under streetwear instead. As a new category, your shoes fit there more since yours are not high end. That makes sense, Q. That definitely does. That's why I applied under diecast cars. I see only one auction per day in that category compared to other ones where you'll see a new one every 2 to 3 hours on the newer categories. Diecast only has one per hour. interesting thing is diecast, I've only seen Hot Wheels. What I would be auctioning off in diecast are more of your NASCAR memorabilia, your 164 diecast cars, your 124s, your 118s, things like that. I don't have a ton left, but it would definitely be different than what's already in the diecast category, and it's not that saturated at all yet. Well, me, when I do auctions on my channel, will help you get some. There you go, Sam. That's definitely a good way to get started. Get some practice in too before you do your own. If I don't hear back from them by Tuesday, I'll do that. I sent 2 emails, and I know with the holidays, they probably aren't looking at applications. They probably looked at them. They're probably just swamped. I mean, Jimmy, Dark County, he said he got an email back from them this week for an additional video. So they're definitely looking at them. How quickly they're approving, though, and doing onboarding type stuff, that might have slowed down this week for sure. Is selling on HiBid? No, I have never sold on HiBid. Haven't even thought about that. Today was actually just my first day winning an actual auction on HiBid. So I'm just now learning on the buying side. I don't want to do YouTube auctions anymore because I feel like people expect lots. Whatnot. You can sell things individually. Also, collectors versus resellers means better return. Yeah, that's the boat I'm in, Q. When I started doing the sport cards, I've seen on YouTube auctions, because we were working resellers, you have to have a big lot of something to sell it. Where Whatnot, if somebody in the chat goes, "Hey, you got any Griffies?" I can go, "Yep, here's a lot of 10 Griffies," and you could wind up selling them for $5 to $10. Where on YouTube, putting out 10 Griffies, you might make $1 or $2, or you're just gonna have to start it higher, and then you're not going to get any competition anyway. Whatnot, you start everything at like $1, $2, and you're going to get a little competition, especially if it's what a collector wants. There you go. Yes, you do, Chris. Yes, you do. I'm doing a 24-hour live sometime in the next couple of weeks. All right, Q. I know Sonny is going to be doing a 24-hour live as well. Sonny Las Vegas. He was just deciding over the last couple of days he feels inspired by the flipper, and he's going to do a 24-hour live of his own. Jumped on here to find some background while I photo to Liz. Now I'm asking questions about Whatnot. Dan, isn't that the way it always goes? We go into a live thinking we're going to have something on in the background and do work, and then something catches our attention, and we just, we get wrapped up in the conversation. Quite a bit of dice card diecast up on auction on there too. Probably the second week of January. That's cool. I was doing a Hot Wheel auction after that. Yeah, I got a bunch of the 164, the smaller ones left in NASCAR, still in the package. I've probably only got about 10 of the 124s left. Most of that huge haul I got last year has sold now between eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Speaking of Facebook Marketplace, has anybody else's sales just dropped there over the last couple of weeks? I went from having sometimes 2 to 3 items a day on Facebook, and I have not sold an item on there in almost 3 weeks. HiBid is so fun. It's Misha's main sourcing. All right. If I had more auctions close by, they would be a big part of my sourcing. I just don't have the time to really drive to some of these far off places. Like Paul, he's south of Philly, and he'll go all the way up to Pottstown for an auction. Me, I have my radius set at 25 miles. Nothing more than that. Like the one I went to today was 12 miles away, and it took me about 20 minutes to get there. Chris, you hold the magic card. Taking pictures of 10 items so far. Going to list later during Tommy, Tracy, and Kayla. Yes, guys, Tommy, Tracy, and Kayla are going to be live tonight, ringing in the new year at 10:30. I may stop in and say hello, but I don't know if I'm actually going to. Probably not going to be watching it. Okay, Facebook Marketplace tank for you too, Ed. Yeah, mine are walking distance, and I'm real roll. Wow. Now that's really close, Misha. Do you all print labels on thermal printer? I do. Yeah. I think everything I do now is on thermal. I hate doing Macari, but Macari, even that's on thermal. What is that? All right. Never done good on Facebook Marketplace because I'm an anomaly. See, I started on Facebook Marketplace, didn't do anything for a while. Then I had about a month stretch where I was selling a ton. And now over the past like 3 weeks, it's gone back down to nothing. I'm not sure if Facebook Marketplace just pushes certain people at certain times or what they do. Most of my NASCAR is the bigger diecast, 90% in box, and the rest are a mix of sizes and out of boxes. Okay. Yeah, I was surprised. All my out of box ones, those sold on eBay pretty quick too. I sold all of those for anywhere from $8 to $13 a piece plus shipping, which surprised me without the box. But I mean, I don't care. I'll take it. Other than Macari, I use my thermal printer for everything. See, Ed, I still use my thermal printer on Macari. I take the extra step and do the whole, snip and sketch, save as a photo, print from there. I don't know why. I just don't feel like, now that I got the thermal, I guess it's just being stubborn. I don't want to take out a pair of scissors and tape anymore. Never done well on Facebook either, but I've never put much into it. Okay. Deleted Facebook, but heard people do well there. Yeah, I'm not sure. It seems like hit or miss for me. I go in waves. Staying up for some, no time for a nap. Getting ready to watch football players while I list. Nice, Dan. Yeah, I've got that on right in front of me. If you guys see me keep looking up and not at the screen or down at my computer, it's because I've been watching football. I don't buy Mercari labels. Okay, that's one way not to do it too, is just buy the labels yourself from Mercari. So I'm guessing, Misha, you use a pirate ship? Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I want to start tonight after I get off this. I think I'm probably going to take pictures of the Nativity set and the Jesus first. I feel like with those probably bringing the most bang for my buck, I want to get those up quick and try to recoup as much money quickly. Then get the Arco dolls, and then figure out something with these Boy Scout books and that Semper Fi comic set. But I feel like I'm going to have a busy evening tonight. Plan to do some card auctions. I have a big lot of sports cards that I got this summer. Just want to get sold and going to research and sell on eBay. Yeah, I completely get you there. Only up because I ditched work. Now, Ed, did you at least call out? I hope you didn't no call no show. That wouldn't have been good. All right, yep, pirate ship. D&D now. Pirate ship for Omakari as well. Okay. Now, do you guys charge the person for shipping, or do you do free shipping on Macari and then just built that into your price? And it does it for the Macari protection. That makes sense too. I spent a total, after the buyer's premium and tax, I spent a total of $148 on about 10 lots. Got 3 big baseball card lots, about not huge, probably about 1,000 to 2,000 cards in each lot of the baseball cards. Nothing great. Ton of comics, kitchenware, that stuff. But yeah, about 148 for everything. I think the Nativity set, Jesus, and the one comic book set of 9 should bring me to the break-even point, and then everything else should be profit. I don't watch anything other than YouTube Live to less so you don't get caught up in the comments. I was doing great until I hopped in to say hi. Always works that way, Q. Always does. No, I just don't show up. I'm the only one in my department, so I'm basically my own manager. Oh, great. Great, Ed. Free shipping built into the price. Don't do free shipping on where I've done no experiment. Okay. Cannot have a live and try to work. Always start chatting. That's where the old Zip It show was great. It's like you guys used to get so much work on there because it was just one person talking and nobody else was allowed to talk unless they were done with their listing. Thinking about buying the bullet and using List Perfectly to cross-post any experience. I've used List Perfectly. I do like it. I paid up for the higher level, the $69 a month. That way I could import everything from my eBay. I just did that this month. And now I think I'm going to drop down a subscription level. And then just as I post future stuff, transfer that over. It's the total cost. Yeah, so use it, and yes, you should. I use the Pro, and it's amazing. I'm currently using it right now. Yeah, so Misha, you're right. That's one thing that bugs me about List Perfectly. There's no app. I would love it if there was an app. So yeah, when I was talking about the price, Dan, I mentioned 148 with the buyer's premium and sales tax. Sales tax in PA is 6%, and I think that was about $9 of the 148. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, if everything goes well, I won't have to worry about paying that anymore. Today, yesterday I did it online with ink file, and today ink file sent over all the paperwork for my LLC to the state of Pennsylvania. So hopefully within the next few weeks, I will have my LLC set up, a EIN number, and be able to apply for a tax exempt. So pretty excited about that. I've always done reselling as just like, a little hobby on the side to make some extra money. But this year, looking at the numbers, gross. Now this is gross. I grossed a little over 15,000, which isn't a ton, but with the schedule I work and everything else I have on the side, that was pretty good to me. To see me have that kind of success, and it kind of made me think like if I continue to try to grow this, I need to put the protections of the LLC in place and just try to really truly treat this as a business, open a business account, and keep everything separate. So I took that step yesterday and filled out the paperwork, and it was sent over to the state today. So I'm pretty excited about that. Everyone can meet up. Thank you, Misha. I do appreciate that. All right, I have to go picture before I just say forget it and not do it. All right, Dan, thanks for coming in and hanging out. I do appreciate it, man. Have a happy new year. What's going on, Louise? How are you? Glad you could stop in. Now I was discussing with Chris. I will soon. I understand, but I'm not going to stop. I like it and I get some good sales. Yeah, with the whole Macari thing. I know what Kat said, and I know what some others have said, and I know what BB and the Better Business Bureau has. For me personally, any platform, I want to test it out. I want to do it for myself. Even some of the biggest power sellers there are, they have their negative experiences too. I still don't want to judge my opinion on the platform solely off of them. I want to test it out because everybody doesn't have the same experiences no matter what size you are. I've had no issues with Macari so far, and I know a few of you have not as well. Kat's a big influencer, that's for sure. And she does give you a lot to think about with Macari now from her experiences. But if you haven't been on Macari, I think you should still give it a try and see for yourself how you like it and how it works for you. It's just like everything else with this reselling business. You got to see. Seeing's believing. It really is. Been an LLC since February, even before I switched to sign on. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Should I get an LLC? I grossed about 40K this year without trying. I probably would. I'm just crossing 15 and I did. So, but I also just got married, got the kids. I just want to kind of keep everything separate now and make sure, open up an actual business bank account and truly keep everything separate from my personal. Except for Macari any day, people will make thumbnails for views. I've always loved Macari. Been to the Amazon place in Pomona. Yeah, there's good and bad with every platform. We've all seen it. So I think you really need to try it out. I mean, I would definitely hold what Kat said in the back of your mind, but I would definitely give it a try and see where it's at. But Everyone makes their own decisions. Macari is awesome. Oh, that's been Luis's go-to as well. Erin had a weird experience with Macari. A customer received a broken pottery piece, and I asked them to refund her, and they never would because she wouldn't send it back. And I was like, I don't want it. Huh. That's how people. Too many people judge things based on what they think and never actually try for themselves. Yeah, I mean, there's some platforms, like I've heard what everybody said, like about Poshmark and about the headaches and all the sharing and all the extra work you have to do to try to sell on Poshmark. But I still tried it. I wanted to see for myself, see what it was about. And honestly, if everybody's talking crap about something, I kind of want to try it myself to see if I could see the same crap. And so I tried Poshmark. Poshmark was a flop for me. I sold 3 things over the past year. The sharing and all that stuff, oh my God, that amount of work was not worth it for me. And I didn't feel like paying for a bot, and I don't do many clothes, so there was no point in me really doing it. I know Poshmark now is expanding in other categories, and you could do just about everything like you do on Mercari and eBay, but you still have to share, you still have to get bots, and to me, it just was not worth it. But I took that time to test it out myself and see, okay, these people are right, but I still saw for myself, and you never know. I might have actually enjoyed all the sharing and all that social interaction you have to have on Poshmark. I got all the horror story with eBay, Poshmark, and everywhere in general, but we still sell there. Yeah, they've all got their ups and downs. I don't think there's any platform out there that does not have an up and down. Where is it? Service to viewers, Macari is so much easier than eBay. I would really not be listening to the hype, but Macari has tons of successful sellers. You know which one I'm talking about, right? If anyone watch catches up and see that videos, I did a lot of my own research saying, can't believe how many people have had that happen to them. Yeah, no, I'm sure there's a lot of people. I totally don't doubt that, Q. But like even like with eBay and all the other platforms, we've seen so many people have horror stories. Same. I've been using Posh or VA. I haven't shared anything myself on Poshmark. It's $25 a month. And all right, how many sales do you do on Posh, Ed? Do you do a lot of sales, or is it kind of just here and there? Which not you want to hit me up, right? What is that thing you use to share the closet? Thinking he means Posh or VA Q. I think that's what he was talking about. You have to have your computer on all the time. Actually, Ed, yeah, you should totally make that video, Ed. With how you're trying to grow right now, that just totally makes sense to give yourself some evergreen content. How to use Posture VA would totally be that kind of content people will search for and get that video views months after you put it out. All right, Instagram, American Bubble Boy, and how so many are getting crap bubble. They go there just because larger trainers say it's good and may not realize the compensation they get for it. Yeah, American Bubble Boy is a big one with that. But I do know some people that love it, some people that hate it. Some people love the small bubbles and absolutely hate the big bubbles. But yeah, I mean, that's the tube. I mean, people say something and people follow it. But yeah, not saying you're following everything Kat's doing, Q, because you are doing your own research, which I applaud you for that, for not just listening to one person. 100% do agree with that. You got to do your research. When I hear any YouTuber hype up something or completely dismiss something, I'm one of those people where I want to try to know the truth or the best I can, and I start to do research more on the topic and find out the plus and minuses of what I'm hearing and what's the likelihood of that being something I need to completely look out for or something I need to completely do. It's your second high. Oh, Poshmark's your second highest platform. All right, 6 sales. Posh right now, only 1 on eBay. Now, when it comes to your platforms, Posh is your second, Macari is your best. Is it like that because you kind of just scaled back on eBay, or are you putting the same amount of effort in the boat, all 3, and those are just your 2 best platforms? Because I wonder about that, because I hear some people say certain platforms are really good for them and others aren't. But is the same amount of time being dedicated to each platform, or are you just going whatever one's hottest at the moment? Etsy is a platform I do well with vintage items that I don't hear about a lot. It takes a little longer to sell stuff on there, but the clientele's okay. That's kind of like saying like why I want to get on Whatnot, because the clientele is willing to pay up more because they're collectors. So they'll pay up more for stuff on Whatnot than they would on eBay. Your own research, not everything's best for you, different for everyone. Yep, exactly. See, I don't use a ton of bubble wrap. I just haven't sold a bunch of stuff that I need it. I get my bubble wrap from Sam's Club. I go once every other month, get the big roll of Scotch bubble wrap for $13, and it's the little bubbles, and it works great. I have not had anything broken yet, so I'm okay so far. Do Posh for sure, since they now have all different categories. I think a lot of people still think Posh should just close. Yeah, I do everything on Posh. Like I've had all my NASCAR up there. I've had video games up there. I've had board games. I've had plush, Chris plush. I've sold Squishmallows on Poshmark. Um, Squishmallow, that's one of my 3 sales this year on Poshmark. Poshmark is going to be 2020 for me. Goals right now is Mercari, eBay, and Etsy. Okay. Lots of clients on Instagram about it. Good for tours, and you get crap, and the price goes up. Wow. So they're basically just trying to get your business and then do a little switcheroo on you. Since I'm not doing my own research, I completely applaud that, Q. That's not many people do that, so I do give you a lot of credit for that. I'm putting Whatnot as a goal later in 2022. Yeah, Whatnot's one of my early 2022 goals. eBay is my best after it's past. Oh, Mercari is one of your lower ones. Okay. I thought Mercari was one of your better ones, Ed. Crossbows, and it's the same price on all of them for me. I pay a lot more to eBay. Okay. See, I still do all my listings on eBay because I like to use sell similar and just use a lot of what's already in there on the item specifics. And then I export from eBay to List Perfectly, and then I'll kick it out to everyone else. That way I still have it in my List Perfectly, platform and saved on theirs. And since Posh VA, I paid less attention to Posh not making sales. Okay. Makes sense. Is that the mail?
No, it's still the mail.
Oh, wow. Well, if it's our normal guy, he doesn't usually come till 4:30. Past but Paul hates plus. I do. But I'll put up those Squishmallows when they're new. I have one more sale, and I should have that lot of 14 I got at Aldi that weekend paid off. Only sold 2 so far, but I mean, eBay got flooded with the Squishmallows after Aldi had them. It looked like everybody got them and put them up on there. My wife said she went to craft sales and you would see tables full of the Aldi exclusive Squishmallow. My first order was 35 and my second was 40. Wow. Boy, the prices are so cheap and they deliver in 2 days. And I will say the last order seems lower quality than it was. Hoping it was just a bad batch. Uh-oh. Hopefully it does get better next time for you, Q. For the exact same wrap. Wow. Hey, Misha, we talk enough. I'll let you know how it goes for me for sure. I keep checking my email. Every time my email goes off, I'm like, oh my God, is it Whatnot? Is it Whatnot? But yeah, bubble wrap. I use Scotch from Sam's Club. It works great for me and it's cheap. $12. My first goal that I plan to accomplish right away is to start using List Perfectly and finally cross list. That's a good one, Q. That's for sure. Yeah, one of my first goals for 2022 was to get the LLC set up. So I feel like I'm in a good spot already. I feel like I've almost already crossed something off. In Pennsylvania, it can take up to 6 weeks for the paperwork to be processed. So InkFile has me scheduled for late February and having paperwork in hand and being official. Fingers crossed that goes quicker. But I feel like that's one goal already knocked off because I actually took the effort to go and submit the paperwork. It may take a little while, but it's crossed off. I've put it out there. And as soon as I get that, obviously I'll get the bank account and all that set up with all the EIN numbers and all that official stuff. It'll be official. Then my other goals for like January is to get on Whatnot and get my monetization on YouTube complete. Someone said their first service 29, now 39. Wow. If it goes up again, I might get it from Costco. Right, that person's Sam's Club is way better quality and price. Also, I'm starting to use a spreadsheet for 2022. I downloaded the free reseller spreadsheet that Ginger Marvin put out, and I'm going to do a video on it because I got to take a look at theirs. For this year, I was doing the cash basis of accounting for inventory. So I just, I spent $50 at a yard sale, expensed out $50. But I was thinking, as I actually turn this into an official LLC next year, that I should possibly switch to the accrual method and actually keep track of the cost of inventory and do the whole nine. So I started looking at some spreadsheets for that. Not sure what I'm going to go with or if I'm just going to do something myself. But I just feel like something like if I'm going to truly be treating this as a business now and have an LLC, that I should truly treat it that way. I know the cash method is so easy, but that's also something that could always be taken away by the IRS since it apparently was just something that's recent. So I don't know. I'm thinking of switching over to the accrual method, and I got to look at some spreadsheets for that. I bought up on Amazon, 700 feet for $40, free shipping. Business name 2 or just keeping your name? I did apply for a business name. With Amazon, they want a name, not your personal. I registered it as Raymond's Finds LLC. Basically, I thought of it as just, it's got my name. And Finds, it's my business isn't one thing. Like, it's literally whatever I find at a thrift store, whatever I find at an auction, whatever I find at a garage sale. So I figured, you know what? Raymond's Finds, it's something simple, which is me, just very simple. And I'm not clever enough to take time and think of something cool. Just wanted something simple and went with that. Yes, please do. I love info on that spreadsheet. It's really important for sure. Use GoDaddy bookkeeping for everything. So easy, in-depth, and free. It is really an amazing spreadsheet. Is it a lot like the Hustling Hook spreadsheet, just free? Yes, Misha Bubble Wrap from Amazon for me too, since no Sam's Club or Costco near me, and I'm not a member. Yeah, see, I've got a Sam's Club less than 10 minutes down the road from me. So when I want bubble wrap, I can run out and literally just run right down the street, come home and finish doing my packing. Or just get it, once a month when I do my normal Sam's Club stop for the house when we do our little stock up shopping. But yeah, I love their bubble wrap. Their bubble wrap at Sam's has been no issues for me. Or Rebel anything, and it's instantly more cool. I'm sure, Aaron. I'm sure. All right. I'm going to be right back, guys, because if you can't tell my voice, I definitely need to get another drink. So I will be back in a second. This might actually work when I go upstairs, the Bluetooth. I'm not sure how long that lasts. All right, I'm back. Yes, it's a lot like Hustling Hooks. Also, Chris Laney. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to check that out. I know early on I made a lot of jokes about the Hustling Hooks spreadsheet and the price. But, it was just that fun. Don't take me serious at all. Huh? You just.
I think I missed them.
Oh, no. But now that I'm actually thinking going to the accrual method, now that I really want to truly step this up, I'm like, damn, you know what? I shouldn't have made those jokes. I think I really do want a spreadsheet. You know, the classic foot and mouth type thing that Chris knows I'm good for. It's about plastic wrap on my nails. Leroy Kaminsky. See, I've been getting plastic wrap. I saw Leroy do that the one day when he was just around his bubble wrap. Yeah, I went right out, got some. I got it from Walmart though, just because I don't ship on the level he does. I got just one roll of plastic wrap. That thing lasted me about 2 months. Best thing ever. Oh my God. Started using so much less tape, and I felt like the package was actually more secure with the bubble wrap and then the plastic wrap around it. Did he come already?
I don't know. We need it now.
Again? That's really strange that there's been no mail at all this week. We're trying to time when our postman comes today because my wife has a gift for him that she just finished up as a holiday gift. You know, you're big time when you just walk away from your stream and people watching nothing. Jen, you're funny. Got foam sheets. I've not done that. So I use a huge roll of that plastic wrap from Amazon. So true. It just tells you how much we all have nothing better to do except sit here on the tube, right? You know, or just how many of you guys are just listening in the background while you do your actual work. What the hell is this? All right. Yeah, I had never thought about plastic wrap though until I saw Leroy do that, and then I saw Tim over the years doing the same thing. It'll take to learn the ins and outs of it. That's true, Chris. I'm gonna have to check out that Ginger Marvin one today because that's definitely something I also want to do next year. Is have now that I'm gonna have the LLC, definitely better bookkeeping. I went through all my receipts last night. I was lazy all year and just, you know, they're sitting in the shoebox right there, old school, and never put anything in. So last night I put everything into an Excel document and got the totals. And yeah, I don't want to do that next year, especially if I'm trying to grow this bit. One of their videos, and you can get the spreadsheet from the comments. All you have to do is put 0 on the price and hit download. All right, I'm gonna have to do that for sure. Well, guys, by my first break recently, and I don't want it to happen again. Still not convinced it was your fault. Aaron should be working more and typing in chat less. Finding it hard to concentrate today. Well, that's because it's New Year's Eve. It's basically a holiday. I guess as a reseller who has your own business, it's hard to think of it as a holiday and a vacation day because we all got to make money. Sitting watching, was going to take a nap. Not now. About time for playoff number 1. Yep, Chris, I got that on. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge college football fan. College football, I don't know why, compared to the NFL, it just bores me. There's just something about it. It just doesn't have the same level of excitement for me. Big games like this, when it comes to the college football playoffs, those I do enjoy more. I don't know if it's the production aspect of it or what, but it just doesn't. The two games seem so different to me that I don't enjoy college football as much as I do in the NFL. But the ironic thing about that, I love college basketball more than the NBA. Go figure. Yep, like genius, Mishan. Who thought we'd ever say that about Leroy? Love you, Leroy. And get back to listing. You just came across them. I've come across them on and off over the months. Watched some of their videos, just here and there. Never somebody I watched regularly or actually subscribed to. But I have been hearing a lot of people lately talk about their spreadsheet. And from Flipper, I've been hearing about their organization system. What Paul did with his garage or his warehouse was pretty good. And he said he got that idea from them. So guess they got a lot of good information, and I need to start watching them more than I did before. Cute. I saw she has a great inventory system too. Philly Paul redid all his clothes like hers. Really nice looking. Yeah, it looks really good in Ginger Marvin's videos, and it looks good in Paul's videos when you see that corner of the room. Because the NBA is a bunch of spoiled brats. That's true. They are. And the game, I don't know. With them, the game just doesn't seem as much fun. And it's definitely more about the stars than the teams. But in college, I don't know. College football, it just doesn't do much for me. I mean, these big games, I'll watch them, but that's about it. During the regular season, I don't watch much. Just went sub 2, told them you sent me a little miscue. Yes, you did, Misha. Crazy how much we think the same thing. They'll actually help you if you have any questions too. For having 15,000 subs, it's nice that they still answer all of the questions. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You don't see that much out of people, especially when they get that high. Shoot, after you see people get to 4,000 to 5,000 subs, a lot of them start, like, a lot of them don't like help out as much or answer as questions. But yeah, when you start getting 15K, it's very rare you get somebody to really help out and help out so often. Spreadsheet helps. Baseball Hall of Fame ballots are starting to come out from writers, and some of them have been interesting in their takes. Somebody just messaged me about that. Need to check something. I'm interested to see how these Baseball Hall of Fame ballots go this year. Last year for Bonds, Clemens should be interesting. Chris doesn't get many questions because his Instagram is kind of hidden. I hate learning. I just like knowing, but I'm willing to learn still. Yeah, I know how you feel there, Misha. Like some larger channels that put their nose up and don't help. Not that I'll ever get large, but I will always help whenever I can. Never forget. Start at one sub, just like you all. Exactly. We all start small. We all have to get help to get bigger. You just hope a lot of people continue to give that help back once they do hit those heights. Didn't know they actually have a video telling how to use it and set it up to customize it. Wow. All right, yeah, after I get off here, I'm definitely going to check out their spreadsheet. Yeah, going to have to definitely look that up. Because free is always better. Well, not always, but free can be better. Hollywood Reseller, what's going on, man? How are you? Glad to see you in here. Saw you popped up with Q last night. That was pretty cool. So right, yep. You can't beat free. Nope. Not all free is for me, but some free is. All right. Okay, we are at 2 hours now. I think I'm going to get out of here so I can start doing some of this work. Because I am not good at doing work and being alive at the same time. And this table that I'm using right now is actually the same table that I take my photos on. So I am going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys spending the last couple hours with me going through this haul and just chatting it up. I hope you all have a great New Year's. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you later today in another chat or tomorrow. So, guys, have a great New Year's tonight, and I will talk to you all soon.